We saw, we donate.
Facebook, Instagram, or all the social media platform. This is Talk Safety with Frank at 1, happening live in Court Hotel here in Doha, Qatar. Now, speakers here with us, he's coming all the way from the Manchester Metropolitan University, that is England, UK. He's a chartered member of IOSH. He's also a PhD researcher in safety and environmental engineering, also a corporate HSC manager, a whole lot I can mention, EHS department head, global HSC executive, data center HSC specialist, and many more. And he's no other person than Victor Eze. He's joining us all the way from UK. Oh, we can do more than this. So, Frank Agwe. So please, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Frank for the welcome address and opening remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, before I start, I want to give a word of appreciation to Toastmasters for representing. I want to give a word of appreciation to the entire team, because what I can say is I never knew this day would come, right? We started like a joke, but it's a reality. We all met with the planning team on TikTok. I've never seen them before. I got to meet them yesterday. So we decided that let's celebrate this anniversary in Qatar. That we challenge ourselves, going out of our comfort zone. I've been in Dubai for 11 years. But leaving Dubai to come to Qatar, a place which is quite new to me, knowing no one, but meeting people on social media, then that means a lot. Seeing each and every one of you here, it's a blessing. And we are here to create that bridge. And why do we have this Talk Safety with Frank? It's not all about me, but it's all about each and every one of us. When I'll be doing the presentation, then you will find out how we started. But what I want us to go home with is that no matter where we come from, it shouldn't limit us. No matter the challenges you go through, you shouldn't feel that you cannot make it. Those who made it don't have two heads. They have a single head, like you and me. So if they can make it, you have to challenge yourself and ask yourself, how can I do that? If you're in Qatar, you have a very credible organization like Toastmasters. You have credible leaders that you can join them, you can learn from them, you can grow, which is what we are talking about. It's all about collaboration. How can we come together? How can we make better future leaders tomorrow? So the essence of this Talk Safety with Frank is not about me, as I can see. I can tell you the name Frank is my name, but when we try to break it down, you have Frank for me, you have Rudy for my wife, you have A for Mary, my son, you have N for Naria, my daughter, and you have K for Kendra. So that's my entire family. So you know, when I look at this name, that's a source of inspiration, not because of me, but my entire family. So what I want to tell you all is that you should look for that drive, what motivates you to do what you actually want to do. And you shouldn't feel that if people are not encouraging you, if people don't see your vision, you should give up. I'm a go-getter. If my wife can tell you, if I set my mind on anything, I make it happen. And it's not because I'm different from each and every one, it's because I've mastered the skills and the leadership strength. You know, when we talk about curiosity, being ambitious, how do you convert ideas that you have into practicality? That's what I look at. And we are here not only to say Frank did it, but we all made it. Leaving your families, leaving your loved ones to be here means a lot to me. I want to give a special shout out to my brother, Mr. Victor Eze, with the amount of work he has. When he saw this, he told me, Frank, I'll be there. And I'm like, brother, I know you have a lot. How will you make it? And he's here. So each and every one has a very important place and a role to play. So this is just the beginning of a bridge. And I want you to know that today you might be in Qatar. Tomorrow there might be other opportunities in Dubai, right? There might be other opportunities in the United Arab Emirates. So how do we create that bond. So you don't need to actually go online and you're looking for a job. If I go to Dubai, how would I survive? If I'm in Abu Dhabi, how would I survive? But once you're coming there, you have a family waiting for you. So we are going to help you. So if you had to spend 10,000 dirhams in getting a job, you should spend 100 dirhams by giving you the right set of people, by showing you the ropes that you can actually hold these ropes and you get to where you want to be. So this is just a beginning. This is 1 year. We are going to have a massive conference in November, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the bright faces. From November, from Dubai, we are moving to Ghana. From Ghana, we go to South Africa. From South Africa, we keep moving around until we complete all the countries in the world. Like I said, you all are the pillars of this great initiative. We have a lot in store. There's a lot for us to do. I have something very special for you, how I started this a couple of months ago, what were my challenges, how I overcame those challenges. And when you watch that presentation, then I think it's going to help each and every one of you to feel that whenever you have an idea, even if no one believes in you, you can do it. And we can stand as a team to guide each and every one of you. So looking forward to the presentation, and thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for the opportunity. We have a lot in store. Let's learn, let's grow together, and please don't go home without taking the contact of at least 2 people you never knew before coming here. That's the essence of networking. Don't sit by your friend, go out of your comfort zone. I left from Dubai, I'm in Qatar. So before I go home, I need to know the names of each and every one in this room. So when I go back, I know that I've left brothers and sisters in Qatar, and I've not left the strange faces I met. And I also want to thank my wife for always supporting me, believing in me, standing by me, and giving me the opportunity to do what I can do. I think when she sees each and every one of you, she's going to motivate me and give me the moral and physical support that I need to carry on. Thank you so much.
Where we have gotten to is a keynote presentation, and that will be done as by Mr. Saeed Mazhar. Please, shall we welcome Mr. Saeed?
Toastmasters, Toastmasters, Toastmasters. Yes? What does it came in your mind? Okay, for me, on the first time I hear it, you know the toast bread? Yes. You make a sandwich, you make it crunchy, and so on, yes? In 2017, I was part of a group on WhatsApp, which is the Jordan Engineers. And they mentioned that there is a meeting for joining Toastmasters Club. What is joining? Jordan Engineers. And they said it is from 7 to 9 o'clock, Tuesday, in one of the hotel rooms. So I went there, and I sat with the people. I saw that some are professional, wearing suits and whatever, and they are talking. Someone is coming to the stage, delivering a speech. Another person coming, give him an evaluation. And in the middle, they mention about the table topics. So they ask for volunteer. Anybody wants to volunteer? I said, me. So I went on the stage, they gave me a topic, and then I talk about it for 1 minute. They thanked me and so on, and they said that. And this is how it is started. And from 2017, I am continuing with this Toastmaster International Organization. So, thank you very much. First of all, my perception about successful is the continuity. Do you agree on this? Yes. Okay. So let me start about what is Toastmaster? Toastmaster International. Did anybody hear about it? Toastmaster International, other than this table, please. If yes, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Anybody else? Okay. Toastmaster organization was started in 1924, which is now 102 years. It is a non-profit organization which encourage leaders for better communication. That's in Samsung. It is, do you know how many countries that Toastmasters are available in? Can you guess a number of how many countries?
20.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Frank.
50.
50, thank you very much. Your good name, please?
Eric.
Eric, thank you, Eric.
40.
40, okay. More?
186.
186. Okay, it is 148 countries that Toastmaster available in. Do you know how many members are in Toastmasters? Guess a number. Ms. Frank, please start.
5,000.
Thank you. It's around 270,000 members in Toastmasters. The last question, do you know how are doing the same thing to provide or to develop leaders with a better communication? A number? 110 clubs are in Qatar for Toastmaster with different communities, with different, there is a corporate clubs, there is a nationality clubs, there is a organization clubs, and so on. We, as a HSE Toastmaster Club, the idea came that why we don't have an organization or a platform to create HSE professional having a good communication skills and leadership skills. And this is, the club started in 2018, May 2018, and it is running until now with up and down. We faces, you know, the Corona, we faces the World Cup, drop down and so on, but we still continue. If the presentation is
English, I put it into their language that they can understand. I do that. If there is another format that I can use, maybe pictures, I can use that. The whole purpose is to make sure that this information that I have is given to them in various forms.
Thank you very much, Ed. Please give round of applause for all of you who answered the questions, because communication is very important. And to ensure that the person in front of you understands what you want, yes? We have mega projects here in Qatar, correct? You work, me, in projects that it have 10,000 and 15,000 people, yes? Different nationalities. So when you say something, you need to ensure that the person hear it, understand it, and perform it the right way. Otherwise, what will happen? Drop down and so on, but we still continue.
Asians, we have Indians there, we have a few Africans.
What is your language?
My main language is English.
English.
Yes.
Okay. How do you communicate with others if they cannot understand you?
I have to understand how I can convey the information that I want to give to them. If at all I can translate that information, let's say from English, I put it into their language that they can understand. I do that. If there is another format that I can use, maybe pictures, I can use that. The whole purpose is to make sure that this information that I have is given to them in various forms.
Thank you very much, Ed. Please give a round of applause. For all of you who answered the questions, because communication is very important, and to ensure that the person in front of you understands what you want, yes? We have mega projects here in Qatar, correct? You work, me, in projects that it have 10,000 and 15,000 people, yes? Different nationalities. So when you say something, you need to ensure that the person hear it, understand it, and perform it the right way. Otherwise, what will happen? Accidents. People don't understand the job, the productivity, and so on.
With respect to communication, we all know that there are three types of communication. We do have the verbal, we do have the written communication, and we have the graphical communication. So when we work with people from different nationalities and we work with a massive project like what Mr. Saif is talking about, then we have to think out of the box. For example, my first language might not be English, it's French, right? So maybe you speak in English and think that, oh, Frank has understood what you're talking about, but I did not really understand. That's why we should always have graphical signages on our site that actually helps people in different languages. We have Arabic, we have Hindi, we have Urdu. So these are other ways in which we can communicate. And if we are not communicating rightly, then there is no alignment. Take for example, if you said, okay, I'm going to come for a conference, the time was not communicated to you, the day was not communicated to you, then how are you going to arrange your program for the month? How are you going to book your calendar? How do you know that on this day I'll be busy, at this time I have things to do? So it's very, very important for us to communicate effectively, not just speak. Let's speak in a very simplified language so that each and everyone that we are working together, they can actually hear, understand, and always try to ask questions. Don't assume. Ask people, do you understand? Is everything clear? And give them a chance to speak to you so that once clarity is made, then it's easy for you to know that everyone is aligned and we are on board.
My name is Eric, Country HSC Manager for Hotel Middle East, Qatar. On communication, I would say it is important because it avoids two things. First, it gives clarity. Second, it avoids confusion. And if we put 6 and 9, depending on your location, with what you understand, the figures might be. So if I put like 6 here and I put 9, if someone flips 6, he can see 9. If they flip 9, they can see 6. So it is important because it will avoid that clarity. For example, in the industry that I work, that is the offshore, we have clear-cut communication, and we try as much as possible to translate some of the things that we do in one language for each and everyone to understand. And that is because we don't want to take any chances. Because when there is confusion, everybody assumes what is right. And what they assume to be right might be wrong. So just like we go to the platform and they are saying, okay, when you go to the deck, don't go with your phone. But probably I spoke in my language, Ghanaian language. Phone, deck, no so. But somebody that, like, they don't understand what I said. Don't go to the deck with your phone. So he went to the deck with his phone. Now, the confusion is that when it creates the problem on the deck, it affects all of us. And because we do not do our job from the fundamentals by teaching the fellow through the induction that, hey, this area, you are not allowed to go there with your phone, the impact falls on all of us. So in summary, I would say this. It is important because it provides us clarity on what we need to do. I believe English is not our mother language, but with the core English that we are all speaking here, it is giving us clarity. Assuming, for example, Mr. Salif or Mr. Saif decide to speak in his mother tongue, probably we are speaking Arabic. How many of us can translate the Arabic? The only thing we understand that all of us can say, malum, malum, malum. So,
back with our presentation, this is the information that I mentioned about. Okay. Yasmin, your topic is great communication begins with connection. Great communication begins with connection. Yasmin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saif. I have met many people in my life. Almost every day I attend events, many seminars. I meet many people who are very good in communication, very good at English, very knowledgeable, experts. I meet them. But still, I only remember those people who make me feel comfortable during their communications, when I'm talking to them, when I'm interacting with them. They made me realize that communication is not only about being very fluent in English or anything. It's all about how it touches your heart. Because the words may reach our ears, but what you say, it should reach the heart. And when it reaches your heart, the connections, the communications will become the unforgettable connection. I believe so. So thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Saif.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Yasmin. Yasmin, she started with a hook. She talked about the topic, and she ended up with a call for action. Yes? How many minutes?
1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay. Why this session is very important for HSE? Why? How many times you've been in a situation by your manager or by any construction personnel and you want to convince him? How many times you are trying to convince people that safety is important? How many times? Every day. Every day.
Greetings. I'm Marka Foma. I'm working with Qatar. I'm working with the TalkSafeTWF company.
Marka Foma. If hard hats could talk, what would yours say about your work habit today? If hard hats could talk, what would yours say about your habit today?
Okay, thank you. I've got the question and I've got the point. We are all HSE officers, or we are all safety professionals. We all know the importance of putting on a safety helmet. We are always avoiding falling debris. Yes, whenever we put on helmets and whenever we are on helmets, we are keeping our body safe. Just imagine if someone was working on a scaffold, whatever meter, 13 meters, 12 meters, and someone threw a hammer or a nail, then it comes and hits your head. What would be the impact? You know, what would happen? What would be the consequences? You get me? So always put your helmets and be safe.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle. Ibrahim, if you had the power to stop one unsafe habit on a work site forever, what would be?
Thank you. If I have the power to save one or to stop one unsafe habit on site, what will be? Working at sites, unsafe acts. That's how we stop. How? A worker climbing a ladder without 3-point contact, I will stop that unsafe act immediately. And also, if a worker walking on top of a platform without having the right safety harness and without anchor it on the proper anchor, I will stop that unsafe act immediately. And also, if the platform is not stable before they got access onto it, I will stop that unsafe act immediately. And also, if the platform is not yet tagged with the green tag, after inspecting it, then I will stop that unsafe act before it's got access.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Last one, Abdul Mu'min. What does safety first means to you in action, not a slogan?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. I'm Abdul Mu'min. I'm coming from Algeria. Yes, from Africa, from the Arabic world. So for me, safety first in the action, like you say, Mr. Safe. It's focusing, really focusing on the moral reason of safety behind the procedure and rules. Because as a HSE professional, sometimes in less, when we say, for example, less low risk operation, some people are focusing more in procedure and in requirement, client requirement, and all what comes with. But in reality, we have to keep in mind that people's safety is our first priority. Yes. So I did observe during my career. I'm observing, and I still observe that many people are focusing more in procedure and requirement more than safety, people's safety. Okay, and so it's why for me the first thing we have to focus is people's safety, and then come requirement and rules and procedure. Yes. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdul Mu'min. Appreciate it. Thank you. So this is one of the parts of the HSE Toastmasters to do, that we work to save life. We work to protect the environment and to sustain this as a safety professional. Thank you very much.
Executives in the safety world to celebrate 1 year of impact, growth, and safety excellence in Qatar. And it is no other than Talk Safety with Frank. We appreciate all of you. Can we give a round of applause for Mr. Frank? All of you don't know, this is Mr. Frank Asimayosh, chartered member of IOSH UK, and he's also a global HSEQ expert, a safety influencer. There's no doubt about it. You move to his TikTok page, and there's nothing but safety, 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 safety. He's a speaker. He's done for UK, EU, Middle East, Africa. He's been to 12 countries with his impact. He's based in UAE, and he is the founder of Talk Safety with Frank. We are able to do this celebration based on his vision, his impact, his commitment towards the safety world at large. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not happy. Help me together with a round of applause. Let's appreciate Mr. Frank. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So what I'm going to present to you is backed by one song that is very dear to me. How many people know Michael Jackson? Very good. So we are going to go through with this presentation, and it's backed by We Are the Wall. It's not I am the wall, but we are the wall. So once I'm talking, I want you to connect with the song that you listen to. You listen to what I have to tell you, and I'll be giving you the brief history of how we started Talk Safety with Frank, what we went through, what are some of our key success stories, and where we are right now. Then we are also going to project into the future. We often say that there comes a time, right, in the world, because when we look around us and you look at the accident statistics, a lot of people are dying. Now, what do we do as safety professionals? Should we fold our hands, sit down, go to work and go back home and say, yes, we got the salary? Our job is very sensitive because it has to do with the lives of people. Safety professionals are like doctors in the hospital. No one wants to take a pregnant wife to the hospital and go back home with the doctor saying that, sorry, I forgot something in your wife's stomach. Nobody will be happy, right? So as safety professionals, imagine each and every one of us here. We do have kids at home. We have loved ones. Imagine your dad going to work and your dad is not going back home because someone forgot to do a permit to work. Someone forgot to do an inspection. It's very important. Now, we are going to look at Talk Safety with Frank, right? So every success has a story no one saw. This is the message I'm trying to communicate to each and every one of you. Now, this is us, Talk Safety with Frank. So when we look at this, why are we having this logo? Why is this important? Why are you here? So this is what we are going to find out. So on the 1st of August 2025, we started this. And when I started Talk Safety with Frank, what was the motivation? I moved to Dubai in 2016. It was a struggle to get a job. I knew no one, no mentor, nobody to tell me, Frank, this is where you have to put your feet. And guess what? I spent almost 2 years not being a safety professional because I was still figuring out how I'm going to get into the field. But when I got into the field with no mentor, I was hungry. I was passionate. I was curious to grow and be the professional I am today. So many people look down on me. You know, when I tell them, okay, tomorrow I want to be a successful professional, they are like, you're from Cameroon. Just be a waiter. After 1 year or 2 years, you go back home and you start a business. But I said no to that because I believe that there is more that each and every one of us has. So fast forwarding to 2025, I told my wife, you know what? I want to start. I want to help people globally. How can we come together? Because at the end, we are the world. How can Frank from Cameroon connect with Mr. Gulam from India? How can Frank, maybe Mr. Gulam from India, connect to you, Mr. Ibrahim, maybe from Sierra Leone? The essence is not all about saying that, no, Frank did it, but we did it. And for us to create a brighter future for the younger generation, we need to work together. I'm not going to say that, oh, Toastmasters are here, so I'm not going to invite them because this is Talk Safety with Frank. Together we can, divided with four. So when I started this initiative, I started making some videos. And guess what? People were not watching. I had 3 likes, 3 views. So my friends would ask me, Frank, do you still want to continue with that? You need to put on a suit. You need to get a camera of over 20,000. Trust me, there was no money for all of that. I started Talk Safety with Frank in my nanny's room. I told her, I'm moving you to sleep with the kids and I'm going to use your room as an office because the children are making a lot of noise when I'm recording videos. I started with a selfie stick and an iPhone 13 Pro Max, to make you understand that when you have an idea, you don't need the world's money to start, but start from somewhere. I had a vision that few people believed in, you know? And I told my wife, one day I saw her skipping my video. I told her, no, you have to watch. You have to watch that video. If you are skipping that video, what do you expect? She's like, no, I saw you recording the video, so why should I watch? I said, no, you have to watch. Because if you don't watch, I might end up having 4 views, 3 views, you know? So despite the low views, despite the low engagement, I said to myself, you know what, Frank, you're not giving up because safety is very important. Guess what? One day I was challenged by the president of IOSH. I was a speaker at Intersect 2026. I was challenged by the president to take on the role of the vice president of IOSH. So I told him, you know what, I accept your challenge and I'm going in for it and I will get it. So when she recorded that video, I posted it on TikTok and boom, from 3 views to 45,000 views. And now we have over 18,000 followers within a span of 9 months. On LinkedIn, we started 4 months ago, we have 2K followers. On Facebook, we are on 1K followers. On Instagram, we are almost hitting 1K followers. On TikTok, we are on 450. Imagine me doing everything while having a 9-to-5, having 3 kids, having a wife as well that needs a husband. But we are able to help people. We have more than 100 people who have had jobs. I train, I work as a consultant, I do freelancing while doing my job. So everything is all about project management, time management, and leadership management. Why? Because I took some time to build myself and I asked myself, now Frank, when I see people come to Dubai, take their 1 year's salary, go to school, and go back home with nothing, how do I feel about it? So that's why I started this, and guess what? We have recorded more than 100 people within 1 year. I've seen security officers now having their kids in the UAE, where before they had to see their kids at least once in 4 years. Now the children school with them in Dubai. They are also having cars that they drive from one location to another, and that's what keeps from a salary of maybe 1,000 Qatar riyals to 7,000 Qatar riyals. That's what motivates me, and that's why I'm here to tell each and every one of you, this was just an idea that has been developed into what you see today. And in the next 5 years, this will be global. We are going to go to all countries. We are going to impact lives. It's not all about the money, it's about the people. How can we help each and everyone build out the leadership skills you have in you? Like I said before, look for something that gives you the drive, that gives you the motivation to work. The name Talk Safety with Frank. Frank is my family's name. My wife, my name is Frank, F as in Frank, R as in Rudy, A as in my son Amari, N as in Naria, and K as in Kendra. That's my motivation. So whenever I feel that I'm tired, I think about them, I have to keep moving. So if you have an idea, don't let anyone take it away from you. Believe in yourself, keep moving. Whatever challenge you face, you overcome those challenges. There were people that did not believe in me. Those people are asking for a selfie today. And guess what? We will give them that selfie, because the essence is not to prove people wrong, but the essence is to impact lives globally. So I call on each and every one of you, don't only limit yourself to your 9-to-5, but think out of the box and ask yourself, what can you do for your people? How can I impact Sierra Leoneans? Maybe in Qatar, globally, there is something that you can do. Now I've impacted lives, not only in Cameroon, but all over the world, and I cannot do it alone. That's why I need each and every one of you, so we can work together and get things done. Always remember, your single hand cannot do it, but when you put 2 hands together, you can accomplish what you never thought you could do. So while giving the room to our credible leaders to speak, I want to take this advantage to actually appreciate each and every one of you for coming here, for celebrating this anniversary with me. It's a baby that is growing, and the baby is going to grow and run faster than we think, and I cannot do it alone still, but we can do it together. Thank you so much.
I don't think the project I have now, you would want to accept. I said, boss, I don't need any big position. I need only money I can pay rent to feed myself. It's enough for me. Then he said, okay, fine. Go to this site, meet this gentleman, and then attend the interview. And then if you pass, you start working. I said, okay. So I attended the interview. That is the Pearl Secondary School. And guess what? I did that project with Gulam. Gulam is here. Over the years, I left the project. and we never saw ourselves again until today. So this is what programs of this nature brings to bear. Now, I have one simple question that I want to ask everyone. I need an honest answer. How many of us use the seat belt today? By hand? By hand. You use the seat belt. Why did you use the seat belt? Anybody thought of having an accident without a seat belt? Is that we value our lives, and that is the main reason why we put on the seat belt. However, we need to understand some of this introduction. It helps us to be motivated, all right, to be motivated and do what we see others are doing now. I remember somewhere last year I was a certified member, and then I keep seeing my bosses, colleagues. 1 minute, somebody will update their LinkedIn profile. Congratulations, chartered member achieved. Then I was like, when would I get to that stage? Lo and behold, that same last year, on the 7th of July, I also became a chartered member. We've gotten to a stage now to listen to another transformational safety message from one of our speakers. He came all the way from UK. So you can see, that is why we said, Talk Safety with Frank. It's not just local. This is a global movement. Without wasting much time, shall we welcome together Mr. Victor Eze to deliver his session of the day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can do better. Round of applause for him. You are doing a great job. Talk Safety with Frank. Amazing. And I'm so excited to be here today to see every single one of you. It's my pleasure. And not just seeing you, I'm also inspired by some of the great speeches that have been done here. Starting from the Toastmasters. I met Engineer Saif in Dubai during one of the Ayosh meetings back in the days. And meeting him today again really inspired me. And I also want to say that I'm recommitting myself to Toastmasters again via the inspiration they have provided today. Thank you very much for what you are doing. And a shout out to all of you here. I may not know all of you by name, but I'm looking forward to meeting you one by one and talking to you and getting to know you. Because every time we connect to each other, greatness happens. But the problem is that not every one of us sees that greatness. Why? Because everything great starts small. So it takes a level of inspiration to understand that when you connect with someone, greatness has already started. Until you follow through from beginning to the end, before you will now see the products of those greatness. So today I'll be speaking to you about what we call transformational leadership in health and safety. Not because I'm the most qualified person to say this, but because as an individual myself, I am on the same journey to that leadership status. And before we proceed, how many of you here wants to be a leader? Just by the show of your hand. Thank you very much. See, everybody wants to be a leader. But the truth is that you're already a leader. And like I said earlier, that everything great starts small. The seed of leadership is already sown in you. It's now left for you to cultivate it. Please, let us follow together from scientific arrangements and some. Let us go to the first slides, please. I will prefer the pointer. Okay, these are the contents I want to walk through. But while we are walking through this content, you will also be walking through my life. I'll be giving you some stories from personal perspective. We'll be looking at the case for leadership, personal leadership, the 6 P's, the 7 Y's, the 3 ships, and something to practice. Those are the things we'll be running through very quickly. And the next time, okay, thank you. I've never used this thing before. So in case I make a mistake, I will need the specialist in pointer to come and, nice. Great. Now let us all look at this photograph that is on the screen. Can somebody suggest to me what is going on in that photograph?
Someone has been arrested. Your bodyguard. Someone has been arrested.
Good one. Someone is arrested. You were saying something about Baghdad.
No. Your bodyguard.
Bodyguards. Nice. As a safety officer, one of the biggest things we dread is accident on the project. Once accident happen, you see that productivity they are chasing, everybody will relax. They know me on my project. I said, don't worry, everybody will relax. Okay, everybody is running, QC, operations, drivers, but once accident happen, bam, everybody will relax. Okay, the only person that will not relax will not be the health and safety manager. Big trouble. I'll give you a quick backstory on this and we'll move on. This is a project with one of the biggest risks in what we call health and safety industry, construction. Okay, and in this project, the health and safety officer is being escorted out of the project by soldiers. And this escort was as a request from the project manager. Why? He is angry that there was a 1 hour downtime. On this project, we had 1,900 workers. 600 of these workers don't have safety shoes. 200 of these workers don't have helmets. And at least 25 of them have never been inducted and they have been working on the project. So this safety officer, out of personal desire to create a change, suspended the entire project and put them in a room and say, I will train you today, I will talk to you today, and the project manager will arrive. The project manager came 10 o'clock and said, why is everybody here? He said, we are waiting for you. You mean everybody has been waiting for the past 1 hour without doing anything? He said, yes. Why? Because we have issues that you need to attend to. What happened next was very shocking. The man went out of the meeting room and called soldiers. Okay? And they came and they picked up the safety officer and he asked his accountant, how much is his salary? They said 500 dirhams. Okay, they'll pay him. And that was how he was escorted out of the project. I was the safety officer. In 2012, after completing my first health and safety training, I wanted to practice. Because I was like, why will people work in any project without implementing the required safety? Okay, but don't mind, that's not my photo. Huh? This is an AI-generated image because I couldn't find a photo that would give that picture. And what happened was that because of, I was a teacher and I've been teaching in so many schools, but I realized that if I want to make it big, that I need to, do something more than teaching. Because in my country, I come from a country, Nigeria, in the west of Africa. Okay, we are very, very educated, but most of these educated people, they don't have evidence to prove for their education. When we mean evidence, we mean finances. So you see professors with 22 years teaching experience, and they are driving just Camry. Meanwhile, we have people working in oil and gas with Prado Jeeps, and this inspired some of us. So we said, what can we do to be a part of this arrangement? During my NYSC, then somebody introduced me to health and safety. And I was like, this is nice. So once I finish health and safety, I'll become an oil and gas person. They say, yes, that's all. Then, as God will do it, I was posted to a school where I was teaching. While I was teaching in that school, I saw some people taking the Bosch classes. They were having classes. And I was like, what are you guys doing? They said they are taking classes. I like education. I sat with them. They completed the class. And I realized that this class could have been taught better because the guy who was teaching them the training was not a teacher. He was just trying to pass the information as much as possible, complete the class, and run away. These guys suspended stopped me from working, and they said, don't worry, just go home. Then I got home. I was waiting for, because this guy told me, once you get to the project, show them safety. I thought I was trying to do the correct thing. I didn't know that leadership is not about what you show, it's about what you demonstrate. And shortly, we're going to be seeing the difference between being excited, being passionate, and being a true leader. How do you define transformational leadership? I'm taking this from a school called ESAD in Rome. It's a Spanish university. They were making research and they define transformational leadership as a style where a leader inspires, motivates a team to work towards a shared vision, encourage personal growth, create positive change rather than relying on strict rules and rewards. If you want to get more, actually, I want us to scan this code. If you have your phones, please scan this code. I want you to go to that because we don't have all the time. This is literally like a 6 hours course, but I will run through it as fast as we can so we can get something. So scan this code, go home and read through it. It will give you more scientific methodology to what I'm about to communicate to us. Transformational leadership in health and safety, where safety performance is decided. Now, what I was trying to do in that project was very simple. I saw people working without health and safety requirements being put in place. This project was what we call the building resident of the government of Bayelsa State in my country. And the project manager told me that we have been running this project for the past 2 years without safety. We have not lost anyone. What do you want to do for us in 12 days? I said, I want to improve the culture. He said, we don't care about culture here. I said, I want to transform the environment. He said, we don't care about the environment here. He said, I want to keep the people safe. He said, the people can go to hell for all I care. And these 3 words shocked me. Because I thought that since I'm excited about this, everybody should be excited. But it doesn't work like that. Life will bring to you some of the most unexpected challenges. And as a leader, you have to stand strong and stand firm and prove to life that you are not just a winner, but you will continue to win. As Mr. Saif mentioned earlier, that success is about continuity. So like I mentioned earlier also, that every one of us have a seed of leadership in us, but it is the continuous cultivation of that seed that will bring us to that greatest case I'm making. So management system sets the floor of performance. Leadership behavior sets the ceiling. So when you get to a project, what do you want to do? For example, if it's a project where they have what we call the ISO standard, you begin to implement compliance requirements. What does the ISO standard say? Okay, you are familiar with the 10 clauses of the ISOs. You start with the leadership and the leadership and scope of the organization, starting from clause 5.0. And you keep moving down the clauses. What you want to do, you want to help your organization to comply. But let me tell you, irrespective of the amount of documentation you have done, if that documentation is not transferred to projects, okay, everything you have completed is what we call paperwork. And sometimes in projects, you can have what we call paper tigers. Okay? Tigers that are big on paper, but when it comes to real life, they cannot bite. It is leadership that set the roof over that organization. And that is why it is emphasized that once you can get leadership buy-in, you can literally transform the entire organization. And that's why we leave you with this quote as we continue, that everything in an organization rises and falls on leadership. Everything in an organization does what? Rise and falls on the leadership. There could be other scope to it, there could be other measure to it, but that is the central core. So if you are new in any organization today, I'm giving you an assignment. The first task you need to do is to begin to understand the psychology of the leadership in that organization, of the leadership of that organization. From there, you now begin to distill that psychology into the work culture, the work nature. You cannot change what you don't understand. And that is one of the first tasks you have to embark on when you join an organization, understanding the context of the organization, understanding the scope of the organization. And when they say that understand is not for the people, for you who is bringing the change. Because you cannot give what you don't have. So like I mentioned, leadership sets the ceiling. Compliance can be instructed. You can tell somebody, complete housekeeping here. They will do it. But when you're not there, what happens to the housekeeping? Will it be done? No, it will not be done. You have to put a system in place to ensure continuous what? Housekeeping. How do you put those systems in place? That's why you need to join Mr. Frank's WhatsApp group so they will teach you the basis of systems. A lot of things we will not discuss here. Safety climate is the mechanism. Employees read what leaders attend to and act accordingly. Now, what do you think will happen in that project when they escorted the safety out? Everybody who were beginning to, try to do something, immediately I was escorted out, the project failed. Okay. The project did not fail because it did not complete the work. It failed because it did not have a way to bring people together to complete the safety requirement for that project. After 1 year, 6 months, they suspended the project, almost at 96% completion, and they stopped paying the project. I don't know what happened. So don't think nobody died in the project. Somebody died in the project when I left. Nobody died. But the project was held because of non-compliance by what we call investors. Okay, some of the white investors came and realized that there was a lot of gaps in quality, and they suspended the project at 96% completion. What happened? I called my boss. For 1 year, I was still at home waiting for them to call me back because I think that I was doing the right thing. But as a leader, you don't just think you are doing the right thing. You have to understand when to do the right thing. As a superior and the supervisors, this is not the policy, is the most influential on daily risk taking. The supervisors, not the policy, is the most prominent and influential on daily risk taking. What does that mean? The shop floor workers, they have what we call foreman, sergeant, supervisor. Immediately this incident happened, my next project took 1 year, 8 months before I got another opportunity to work in a proper project. When I got there, I had to do what? Calm down. And from that day to today, I have always maintained that decorum of calming down. I had a friend who bought a new car 2 weeks ago, and within 2 weeks, he has gotten like 8,400 dirhams fine. And he called me, Victor, where is this fine coming from? I said, because of how you are driving. He said, how much fine do you have? Because I had everybody have fine. I said, I have no fine. He said, how come? I said, because when I'm driving, I'm not driving for the people or for where I'm going to. I'm driving for myself and for my family. And I have a philosophy. Okay? What is that philosophy? Once accident happen, everybody will calm down. So why don't we calm down now? The standard for a day work globally. How many hours makes 1 day of work? 8 hours. That's the standard. I know some of us are working 10 hours. Why some are working 16 hours? But please know that the standard globally is 8 hours. Okay? But out of that 8 hours, half day workshop is safety-specific transformation leadership, improve subordinate and safety climate, and safety participation against a controlled group. This is by Mulan and Koloway, 2009. What is that saying? It says that if you budget 4 hours in a month, okay, and organize articles together and details together and documents together to transform the people you are dealing with, that by the time you complete a month of 4 hours training, that you have a greater impact of up to 45% from the earlier slide we saw. So there's a survey, a participation, a form of scientific investigation that gave us these details. And that's why I wanted us to go back to that in case we don't have time to discuss it here. Leadership that happens in the organizations, we have what we call another form of leadership, we call transactional leadership, which is one many of us are familiar with. And there is a difference between transactional leadership and transformational leadership. For transactional leadership, we have exchange and monitoring. What does that mean? I pay you for 8 hours, you do the 8 hours, I want to see how you completed it. When you get to work in the morning, you have time sheet. You have to clock in and clock out. But as transformational leadership, we value identity. Look at what Mr. Frank said earlier, that we should make sure that before we leave here, we learn everybody's name. That is what we call identity, identifying individuals because of their uniqueness. Because in all of this world, you will never see anyone again like Mr. Saif. You never see anyone again like this gentleman in front of me. Why? They are unique. And this uniqueness is what makes them special. This speciality is a seed of greatness that you need to cultivate. And that's how it works. We also have ownership. When there's transformational leadership in place, everybody can own the workplace and everybody can have a buy-in. And that's why not everybody is looking for salary everywhere. There are some people who work in organizations whereby they are not even properly paid. But because they have a sense of ownership with the organization, they can contribute their best. Because of our time, I will run through the 4 components of safety terms for leadership. We have the idealized influence, we have the inspirational motivation, we have the intellectual stimulation, we have the individualized consideration. These 4 elements are put together to form the transformational element of leadership. Why? Because for something to transform, it has to start a process of change that is positive. Okay, so there can be so many types of change, but make sure that the change you're introducing is a positive one, adds value, removes risks, improves work, heightens efficiency, and at the end of the day, save money. Because when you have a transformational leadership in place and you are not saving money for the organization, even the top management will get tired of you and they will tell you to excuse them. And that was why when I mentioned the 4 hours, you need to know the organization where you work so that you do not waste their time by spending 4 hours in one training. And that was one of the mistakes I learned in the hard way. So what do? For 4 hours, we break it into toolbox talk. 15 minutes, like what the Toastmasters are doing. You don't have to spend 4 hours at a stretch. 15 minutes toolbox talks on daily basis. You have a plan, you have a program, you walk them through it. And by the end of the month, you're able to put your trainings together and you can show what we call the number of man hours and the number of hours spent on training. It will be equals to 4. How do you become a leader? Number 1, be. Number 2, become. Number 3, number 1, be. Number 3, 2, behave. And number 3, become. Now, be is an inside job. You have to decide that you want to be a leader. And that was the first thing I tried to do when I started here, that we are all leaders. Now, the decision is now in your hand, that how am I going to take this leadership journey forward? The standard you hold unobserved. Character, so now this translates to the project, translate to your site, translate to your household. See, leadership is a transformational requirement that happens everywhere. How you do something is how you do everything. And that's why I'm surprised when I see safety officers who are not able to maintain safety even in their office. I visited your office. You don't have a single poster showing no smoking. But you want to transform the entire project, which is worth $2 billion. How does that happen? How you do something is how you do everything. So it starts from you. You make the initiation that I want to be a leader. And being a leader does not mean that you are in a leadership position or you are in a top position. It starts from the little you are, how you coordinate yourself. Because if you cannot lead yourself, how do you want to lead the others? The next one is behave. When you get to a location where we have 4 or 5 workers, you will see the leader without anybody telling you this is the leader. Why? You see the way they carry themselves. If you know any leadership trait that you appreciate in anyone, begin to assimilate those traits. And that is how you behave like a leader. And the third one there is become. As a leader, there are 3 things you can do to become a real transformational leader. Number 1 of them is by knowledge. For example, I have 15 years experience in health and safety. And I meet people who told me they have 40 years in experience in health and safety. But when I talk to them, I'm not able to get information that can close the gap between my 15 years and their 40 years. Why? Because many of us in our quest for improvement, we have forgotten the basic requirement for knowledge acquisition. I will give you an example. Apart from the trainings you have done, how many of you here have read other health and safety books that is not related to those training? In my recommendation, if you have 5 years experience of health and safety participation or work, you should be able to have read 5 books which are not related to trainings you have participated in. So if you have done NEBOSH, you did NEBOSH in 2013, congratulations. Since 2013 till today, which other books have you read on health and safety? So as a leader, you have to invest in books. Those are the things that make you become leaders. The next one is to lose. Some of us don't believe that we can become leaders by investment. You need to become leader by showing leadership. And in showing leadership, it is by bringing out of yourself. Okay? For me, I call it going above and beyond. So even if your duty is 8 hours, when everybody closes by 8 o'clock, you cannot close 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Okay? As a leader, you need to stay a little bit more to ensure that all the permits, especially hot work permits, have been closed properly. The permits have been submitted. You have to go above and beyond. You can never become a leader by restricting yourself to only your scope of work. That is just the summary of the entire conversation there. Going above and beyond. And the final one, which I will have mentioned, is sacrifice. As a leader, everything must not be about you. Look at what Mr. Frank is doing. Okay? If you look at his salary, he's already happy with his salary. He doesn't even need to do more. But because he knows that life is not just all about himself, but more about what you can give, that's where you do sacrifice. You invest in mentorship. You invest in participation. You invest in things that can improve others. Why? Because as you are improving others, you are improving yourself. So these are the 3 rules to become a true leader. Okay? Because of our time, I will share the slides, and we can read through the slides, and we can have conversation. We have WhatsApp groups, we have LinkedIn profiles, we have communities where we have this conversation on daily basis. And we also have groups where we ensure that nobody is left hanging. Just like Mr. Frank, I came to Dubai 2014, and when I came, there was nobody to tell you, this is how you should go, this is how you should come. By the way, I got that opportunity from one of my students who saw me in my country and was working in Dubai and heard that they needed somebody who can do a particular job. This guy decided to introduce them to my CV, and they invited me directly from my country. So I was one of those people who were privileged to get direct employment from my country to Dubai. But when I got to Dubai, I realized that the location where I found myself is not palatable, and I could not continue like that. There was no mentor to guide me, to direct me. And what I did was I joined one of the WhatsApp groups, and I selected someone as my mentor. And that is what I am really appreciating Frank for. He has created a platform where everybody can be mentored. Everybody. So you cannot say you are moving without direction in life. No one follows a leader who has not first led himself. I mentioned that earlier. Why? Because leading is a process. And you cannot become a transformational leader by just waking up one day and saying, I am the boss now, because they appointed you as the CEO of Qatar Oil and Gas. That appointment does not make you a leader. It is the products of the appointment. It is the risks that you take. It is the decisions that you make. It is the team that you put together. This is an entire process that shows the value that people draw from your organization. So the 6 P's I wanted to mention: passion, personality, problems. Then we have people, products, and platforms. These are the 6 P's for transformational leadership. The idea is to make sure that every point in time in your journey of leadership, that you have something that is guiding you, which is bigger than you. Salary is not enough to guide you to great destiny. Because why? Salary will finish. And when salary finish, what will remain? Thank you. A round of applause for him.
Okay, folks, so welcome back from the quick commercial break. We'll continue our special discussion with Mr. Victor again.
A round of applause for this gentleman. He's doing a great job. I wish to be on your project. Let me listen to your TBTs. Thank you very much for having me again, and welcome back from the lunch. How do you guys feel? How was the food? I want to get feedback. Energize. Okay, so your ears are bigger now. You can listen more. What about you? How do you feel? Yeah. Any comment about the food? Did you enjoy yourself? Great. Thank you very much for sticking with us till now. Anyway, I won't take much of your time. To be honest, leadership as a case study, I have mentioned it earlier, and I will continue to say that it's an ongoing process, it's an ongoing system, and even me, myself, I'm on that same journey. Okay, it's an ongoing cycle. Okay, but I'll just wrap up with this quick tips. One of the first things you will notice as you aspire to be a leader, you will realize that you will have more challenges. Okay? It is a natural phenomenon. The day you make up your mind and say, I want to be a leader, you will start having more challenges. Why? Because it is those challenges that improve your capabilities. One day, I was upset with one of my project managers, and something happened. I was about to give an instruction that all my health and safety team should leave that project, because obviously everybody has their own limits, and I felt that for the first time working in this company for 7 years that I've reached my limit. Then something funny happened. One of Frank's video popped up on my TikTok. My TikTok just gave me notification and I opened it. Do you know what the video was saying? He said, if somebody is annoying you in your project, that person is the test of your leadership. I said, this guy. And I was like, and I thought about it. I said, maybe this is a new case study I need to take on. Okay? This gentleman joined our project a month ago. He said he has done the Bosch. He's a project manager from, I don't want to mention the nationality anyways, and he said he knows everything about safety, that he doesn't want anybody to teach him. On that project, $110 million project, he wants only safety engineers. He don't want safety managers. And every day he gives the safety instruction like they are kids. Hello, go there, take this permit. And those guys called me and reported to me, we cannot work like this. And I've tried my best. I wanted to manage him. I wanted to work with him. I realized that this guy, I cannot work with him anymore. So before I made up my mind, then I saw Frank's TikTok video, and immediately I jumped into action. Okay, I called him, I'm coming to your project, and I said, why? Any issue? I said, no issue. I want to meet with you. When I got there, we had a meeting, and believe me, by the end of that meeting, this guy said something that shocked me. He said, I've met over 20 safety officers in UAE with over 12 years experience in project manager. I've never met any safety like you. Tomorrow, please mobilize one safety manager to my project. I was shocked. I said, what happened? He said, yeah, you are correct. I did not do any magic. I did not do anything. I just came and had meeting with him, not only with him, with all the project management team. Okay, and my idea was just to show them some of the risks and some of the exposure that the project is already having. By the end of those risks and exposure, this guy accepted that I can mobilize a project HSE manager for the project. Now, what am I saying in essence is that leadership is a continuum, it's a journey. Okay, you may never get to the top of that journey, but as long as you are moving, you will be improving, expanding, and increasing your value addition protocol. So the final part of this is just an excerpt from one of the greatest leaders of all time. How many of you know Alexander the Great? You have heard about him? This guy died at the age of 32 in 323 BC, before Jesus was born. He was entrusted to lead a nation as young as 16 years old when his father was assassinated. And when I read this story, it inspires me. Like, I'm already more than 32. Look at somebody within 10 years has conquered the whole of India, conquered Egypt, conquered so many territories, and great is literally attached to his name. But believe me, this guy was not born great. He was born like everybody here. And by the age of 13, his father enrolled him to Aristotle to train him. But even in the training, he still argued and conversed with Aristotle. How many of you know Aristotle? They are one of the greatest minds of all time. These guys, when you say genius, these guys are the people we can refer to genius. They are very good. But by the time he was about to die, something happened. He was sick. And he has almost 43 doctors, physicians, that's what they called him. Everybody tried their best, they could not cure him. When he was sure that this is death, he just told them, he gave them 3 instructions. Number 1 instruction, let all my physicians carry me when I die and carry me to my grave. Nobody should touch me, only my physicians should Once I die, let only my doctors, let them take me from where I died to my grave. Number 2, he said, when they are taking me, all my possessions, all my money, all my wealth, let them scatter it on the floor as they are taking me to the grave. And number 3, he said, leave my hands open. Keep it like this. When I'm finally buried. And everybody will ask you, what is wrong with you? Why are you giving such crazy instruction? He said, because I want to show to this world that no matter how many positions, how many possessions that you achieve, when death will come, there is no doctor that can save you. That's the meaning of number 1 instruction. So that's why I said only my doctors, because I am with them for the past 2 years. They have tried their best, they could not help me. So the best doctors in the world will not be able to raise a man who has died in an accident, because we all have only one life. So if anybody asks me, Victor, why do you do what you do? Because I know that once an accident happens and people die, that is the end of it. And for me, people are not just people. If you remember again what I said earlier, I said everybody is greatness. Everybody is dead. So when they say one guy is dead, one greatness is gone. So this improves my value for human life. Number 2, scatter my treasures, irrespective of what you have. You can be the COO, the CEO, the international director of health and safety, the whatever position they give to you. All those things at the end of life will be nothing. It is the value, the impact, and the transformations that you have brought to your organization that will remain. And number 3, he said, keep my hands open, to show that he came to this world empty-handed, and he will go empty-handed. And with that, I want to close this conversation on leadership. Not just leadership, transformational leadership. That please, in case you are not aware, every greatness in this life that passed through your organization deserve the right to come safely and go home safely. And once you are responsible for health and safety in that organization, you have a responsibility to that greatness. Thank you very much.
Speaker for the day, who holds a bachelor's of degree in education. He is also having a NEBOSH, IOSH, and also OSHA as well. He is a fire prevention and protection specialist, working at high safety, among others. And so far, so good. We've done all this without our women. Oh, that is not good. We need to go for equality. You understand? So our next speaker, in the person of Madam Susie Nina Machiko. Shall we welcome Madam Susie as she takes her turn? Yes. I hope I got it correct. If not, we will settle it after. Okay, thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank our host, Mr. Frank, together with your wife, for your dedication and creating Talk Safety with Frank. Thank you very much. Congratulations on celebrating one successful year of leadership and connecting health and safety professionals. Thank you very much. Our Master of Ceremony, thank you very much. Allow me to send my heartfelt appreciations to everyone here. Thank you for coming. Today I'm here as a woman champion in HSC, and my mission is to transform lives through HSC education, empowering and making everyone feeling very okay to enter HSC profession, mostly women. I'm Susan Namasko, and the reason why this topic matters to me personally, My HSC career started way back when I volunteered in one of my company, and I was given an opportunity to lead a team. My manager noticed my hard work, and he later appointed me to be induction facilitator within the company. That experience a lot inspired me a lot to continue learning more about workplace safety. At this moment, I managed to earn my sum of safety certifications, and right now I enjoy promoting health and safety and inspiring others to join the same field. It's fine here. Okay, so this is the main point why we are here, HSC. So when we look at the health and safety, it has 3 words in it. The first word is safety, it's healthy. So when we look at healthy, we see it is actually protecting people's physical and mental well-being. And what does it mean here? And please, I would first make a disclaimer. You know, some of us, we took long to speak when we were young. So even speaking right now, it was by God's grace. So where I stammer, bear with me, but we shall learn. Nevertheless, we shall learn. Okay? So it will not sound funny where I stammer, but I'm trying to manage. Okay? All right. So when we look at, we understand that health is protecting people's physical and mental well-being. And mental well-being, what does it mean here? Meaning that we ensure employers are safe, are healthy, fit to work, and again supported both mentally and physically. Okay? Then when we come at safety itself, this is what we normally do at our workplace. We prevent injuries and accidents, illness caused by work, mainly at our workplace. What does it mean here? This one, meaning that we identify the hazard, we assess the risk, and we put controlled measures in the place to protect everyone. Then when we come to the environment, what does it mean here? This is protecting natural resources and reducing pollution. How do we do this in safety? Meaning that we manage our wastes properly. We go ahead by continuing reserving our natural resources, and we go ahead by making sure that our work does not affect the environment. Okay? So here, and they make sure everyone is safe and healthy. Hopefully that the mindset of some ladies there, women who are fearing to enter the profession, at least now they have felt like, no, we can have somewhere to work, because the hospital ladies, you can work there better. Help me. Okay. Why women matters in HSC? My fellow woman, do you think why women matter in HSC? Empathy. You have that different strength. You care about the well-being of others. Actually, The way we are here right now, I'm a woman, but I can look at you, I cannot, who is not comfortable, who needs the support, who may need water. That is a woman. We bring empathy. We care about the well-being of others. That is empathy, the power of woman. Communication, good communication. With good communication, people can understand very well safety procedures. And again, it can motivate others to follow health and safety procedures. So that is communication, good teamwork. Health and safety is a responsibility for everyone. And mostly, women, I think we are good at teamwork, right? We are good. Is there anyone who will say, no, ladies? We normally jump in each and everything. This one, who can help us here? I'm here, like me, Susan. I can be everywhere. Even if you call me to become a DJ, no problem. That is Susan, the HSC for you, a quick one, every time I can come. Attention to detail. Attention to detail. Women, we pay attention to detail. And in HSC, in a way we are conducting our work, once you don't pay attention to detail, which means some of the hazards will go minus being noticed and they cause serious injury. So, women, we are good at paying attention to details. We notice these small hazards that can be ignored and cause accidents. Now, risk awareness. We are good at that, right? We are good at that. Let's come to leadership. Good, ladies, women, mostly women. I've not come here for men, actually. Even if I see here 1, 2, 3, how many women, enough for me. I will mentor that one. Others are online watching me. They are busy saying, a quick one, a quick one. We have a very good leadership. Yeah, that one, I know it from myself. Whenever you find a lady in the office, because of the other empathy we have talked about. With empathy, you cannot fail to lead people very well. You welcome everyone. I wish that we can always be given actual opportunities in higher positions. We can do better. Right, Mr. Frank, we can do better. Influence. Influencing people. I'm a very good example in influencing people, and I'm a woman. Right now, if you ask even some of gentlemen, and you tell them, how many of you that Susan have influenced? You will see them. Can I see them? The ones that I've truly influenced via my teaching, via my empowering, inspiring. So that's what we call influencing. Let's look at some of women making an impact in HSC. We have here Adebusola A. She's known, she's a health and safety supervisor in Emirates Flight Catering UAE. On the side, we have Peace of Yoma HSC support staff in Nigeria Enterprise. All these ones shows that women are taking leadership in industries, and others are busy taking technical roles. These are the example of the women. She's taking leadership, isn't it? She's known. These are known already. You have them in your group, Mr. Frank. These are just not only the picture. These are real people that we have in the field. That one, busy taking up technical role in the industry. So what are you still talking about? Women. We are doing better. Others are safety managers. Others are leading in environmental, other consultants, sustainability managers. They are taking on roles in emergency response leaders. They are helping people to know how they can respond very quickly during the emergency. We have occupational health specialists. They are busy helping people in that side. Others, the ESG, environmental social governance. They are busy helping companies to manage responsibly. So, this is the power of women in HSC. Allow me to continue showcase more ladies, more women making an impact in HSC. Here we have Liliane Georgia, HSC professional, stroke safety advocate. In her social handles, she uses safety space with Lilian. We have Joyce, the pronunciation, I will not pronounce it the way how they pronounce it. Can you assist me, Mr. Frank? Rejoice Tukupo. I normally communicate with her. She's very good. She's an occupational health safety profession. She carries all these qualifications. What does it mean here? It means that health and safety is the field where women can succeed and make a difference, nothing else. And that's why I'm here as a champion of women in health and safety, mainly that one. Okay, let's now look at the challenges women face in the HSC field and how they can overcome these barriers. Gender, segregation. Yes. Do you have some ladies in your company who are taking these big positions? That's good. But it is not always common. It's not always common. Those are some of the challenges that women face. They don't believe in our abilities. However, we have much experience. We shall always be looked as a women. But don't worry. We are trying to pull ourselves to the leading team. We have also limited leadership opportunities. The same. However much we have our experience, however much we have the ability to lead, but we are not always seen as weak people. But nevertheless, we have tried to learn. We shall reach where we are yearning to reach. You will slowly believe in our potential. Balancing family and career, sometimes it is challenging as a woman to take on the responsibilities at work, at the same time, the responsibilities of the family. Sometimes it is challenging, but nevertheless, we shall work. Don't worry about that. You should not refuse to give us a job because we have a lot of the responsibility still. We can work. Lack of mentorship. Actually, in health and safety field, women who are much professional to mentor us. Like me, I find difficulties to get someone who can mentor me. However much I can also find myself yearning for a mentor, but that professional person, health and safety professional who is a woman, who will listen to my problems, who will mentor me, whom we shall sit and she listens to me, I fail to get. You get other people who will mentor you, do this, do that, but as far as HSC is concerned, we fail to get. But right now, I'm believing in myself. I can mentor people, right? Yeah, I think I can mentor. I feel it, I can mentor. Yeah, I feel it in myself. I feel it, I can mentor. Work bias. Sometimes, maybe I live around this one. I don't want to hit myself too much, but nevertheless. But however, these challenges are there. Organizations have tried much to change these narratives. They are believing in diverse inclusion by making sure they create women's space in HSC roles. How can we become a champion as a woman? How can we become a champion? By continuous learning. Even now, I'm still learning. I'm still learning very well. I've finished more than 30 minutes? Sure? I don't think. Don't cheat me. Earning certifications, okay, I will not explain others. We have earned certifications, build confidence. As you see me, am I not confident enough stand in front of people and I speak? Yeah, so I've hit this one, okay? It's a nice challenge. Volunteer. Ladies, let's learn how to volunteer. Don't all the time ask for money. How much are you going to pay me? Now you want me to do this. How is the payment? Don't always rush on the payment. Just mind about how you can become a champion in health and safety. Mind about your breakthrough into health and safety field once you are passionate through volunteering. Find a mentor to mentor you. You can always come to me. Ladies, I can mentor you, no problem. Join professional association like here. Thank you very much, ladies who have shown up here. This is what it means. Build a network. You've come for network. Thank you for coming to build a network. Ladies, speak up through social media channels and what? Through social media channels, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook. You can speak your mind. Speak what you know about health and safety. Speak what you know. You may find what you know. I don't know it. Then I will learn it from you. And that is the way to go. If it was not social media, tell them. Would I be here? No. Would you know me? No. Everyone who knows me because of what? Very good. That's what I mean. Mentor and encourage other women. Mentor and encourage other women. Don't look at your fellow woman suffering and you just keep quiet comfortably because you've already made your breakthrough, so you have nothing to do. Other ladies, please, 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 be positive. Inspire fellow ladies. Empower them. Educate them. Educate them, please. I'm in my time, please. Lead by example. If you do your work professionally, you respect yourself, people, other women will follow your back. Because you position yourself as a leader. Let's look. Don't harass me, please. Master of Sem. How HSC education transform lives? How HSC education transforms lives? See, certifications. Look here. Come to Nibosh. IOSH. ISO lead audit. OSHA. First aid and many having these certifications and qualifications. Which business can we start?
You can have a consultancy. You can have a training center.
Consultants what?
Consultancy.
What?
In health and safety. Health and safety consultant.
You can be health and safety consultants.
Yeah, you can be a trainer.
You can be a trainer.
You can be an inspector.
You can be an inspector. And auditor, that one. And community impact. Yes, community impact. Right here, I feel myself. I feel that impact within me. Because of achieving what? This one. Without this one, it can be difficult for you to become financially independent as a woman. Okay, this is the last one. Don't harass me, please. The championing call action. What are we all working towards for? My fellow HSC lady, what are we all working? What are we all working towards?
Significant reduction in serious injury, illness, and death from work. We are targeting
By targeting of working smart. Working safer. How do we work safer? How do we work safer in our workplace? How can we work safer in our workplace? By following health and safety procedures, by having PPEs, personal protective equipment. With those following health and safety procedures, having our PPEs, there we have worked safer. Otherwise, thank you for listening to me. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
I want to end on something about how powerful social media is, on what she said. So then we move to meeting, engineering. So that was the time we got more into engineering, understood the power of Teams meeting and all that, correct? And today, Teams meeting and others became part of ours. Now, those Teams meeting were done through engineering, okay? The COVID vaccine was done through engineering, right? Who currently works as the health and safety officer for Power China Corporation in Qatar. In fact, that was my last company I worked with. We did the Alcasa solar project, the 500.15 solar project, the first ever solar project in Qatar. We did that one in Alcasa. Yes, I'm serious. And this person is a health and safety professional, currently with the Alcasa team, the Power China team. He hosts Nebosh, Ayosh. He's currently also ISO 45001 lead auditor. And also, to his credit, he's also an OSHA certified safety professional. And is currently aiming to be at the top and also become a master in the field of occupational health and safety. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much time, shall we all welcome Mr. Christian Njoma. Oh, are you angry? Let's welcome Mr. Christian.
Thank you very much. How many of us here have ever been in a situation or a place where you felt like your current reality at that moment was kind of far from what you had in mind or for the future you had planned? Maybe you had a dream, you had a profession, or you had a plan, you had something you had in mind that this is what I want to do. But then something happened, or life happened, and you had to start all over again. Especially as immigrants. I believe most of us here are not from Qatar originally. We all left our home countries to come to Qatar, or UAE as the case may be. And then you were in this kind of situation. I believe most of us were in that kind of place maybe a few years ago. Well, that was me when I came to Qatar a few years ago. I was almost carried away by the tall buildings, the beautiful environments, and the wonderful people. And then I was also slightly confused because I knew that I had to start all over again. But then I'm standing here today as a HSE professional, as a safety practitioner, and my safety journey didn't actually start from a HSE officer role. It started from a cleaning role as a cleaner. So I would like to share my journey into HSE. But before I continue, I would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Frank and the whole Talk Safety with Frank community and every one of you that's here, the Toastmasters. I really appreciate you for your time. And Mr. Frank, what you're building is it's not just social media. It's not just about TikTok or LinkedIn or Instagram. He's building a community, a family, where we can connect with each other as professionals. Because you don't get this kind of gatherings anyhow. It's because of people like Mr. Frank. So I really appreciate you for the platform, and I feel honored to be part of your family and part of this celebration. I'm Christian Njoma, and many people here know me as Chris Safety, because that's my handle on social media. So let me just continue. A few years ago when I came to Qatar, like I said, I was almost carried away by the beautiful environment, the tall buildings. But then what happened? I knew that I needed something. I needed something to do. I knew I needed a job to do. I knew I needed money, right? Because I left my country for money. Every Nigerian here knows that we like money. They say Nigerians like money, but not just Nigerians. Everybody likes money. Pakistanis, Indians. We have Indians here, right? Indians, you don't like money? Everybody likes money. So definitely, you have money at the back of your mind. But then, when I came to Qatar, I knew that. Sorry, I forgot I even had a slide. When I was in Nigeria, I was into teaching. I was a teacher, a professional teacher. As you can see, those are some of my students there. I was also an artist, a professional artist. I have my degree in fine arts. Now, that's me when I left Nigeria. You can see I was looking like quite tall, yeah. So I was a teacher, I was a graphics designer, I was into so many things in Nigeria. Nigerians here, you know where I'm going to. You have to do many things as a youth in Nigeria. So when I moved here, I was searching for opportunities in teaching. Now, some of my friends that I met advised me that teaching is for women. They don't really value men in Nigeria in teaching here. So I took that advice. I was like, okay, what next should I do? So I started asking questions. You know, we're in a new country. You are facing a new reality, a new beginning. You have to start all over again. So I was asking myself, what next? What should I do next? So I started making more research. I discovered that Qatar has a very strong construction sector, a very strong oil and gas sector. So safety came to my mind because I didn't have like an engineering background to say, okay, I want to become maybe an engineer or so. So I discovered safety. I discovered Nebosh and Ayosh. Now, you can see those pictures there. These are real pictures. These are not AI-generated images. These are real pictures. This is when I got my first job. It was a cleaning job. We should never despise our starting point. When I got this job, I was one of the most happiest persons alive because I had stayed 4 months without a job. I remember calling my mom. I told her, Mom, I've gotten a job. And my mom, she was like, a teaching job? I told her, no, a cleaning job. She was like, clean? What are you cleaning? Did you go there to go and clean? I said, Mom, you won't understand. I need to get this job. I'm so happy to have this job. So I was doing this job, and from there, I was also a storekeeper in the same company. I was also working as an admin in the same company. I used to work like between 12 to 16 hours. Now, at this point, I already had in mind that I was going to do safety. I already had in mind that I'm going to take my Nebosh course. So the whole money I was getting was for my course, for Nebosh, Ayosh, and some other safety courses. So why did I choose HSE? In this role, as I was working as a cleaner, especially the storekeeper role, when we were to offload, let's say, because it was a factory, a very big chicken factory, when we offload the chickens from the rack, from top to down, we use a forklift. Now, sometimes we just want to take only one box from up. I was operating the forklift then. There's this, my colleague, I will tell him, climb the forklift, like what do they call it? The fork. I will advise him, climb and bring one box down. This is somebody that wants to do Nebosh. And one day, I was like, is this not an unsafe act? So since that day, I was like, man, I need to actually protect lives, because one day, the guy nearly fell down from that fork, and I was like, what if this guy falls down? That's a problem for him, that's also a problem for me. So I started making more research, reading more, and then I chose HSC because I knew I needed to protect lives, and I needed to make an impact also in that company. Now, I had saved enough money. I registered for Nebosh. I already done Ayosh. I took some other free courses online. Now, that was another challenge because I was working 12 to 16 hours. When am I supposed to study? When am I supposed to read? When am I supposed to even write the exam? So these are the challenges I faced. I was working long hours. I needed to study. I needed to sacrifice my time. I needed to sacrifice my sleep. And this cycle kept repeating. Just go back to the previous slide. So the first picture there, that's on Nebosh exam day. We all know how Nebosh exam day is, IG1. You have just 24 hours. Now, that 24 hours, my company refused to give me an off day after begging them. But I had to still find a way around it. I took the exam, and thankfully, thank God, I passed on my first attempt. So, now, after passing, most of the messages I get online these days from maybe friends online, from my community members, maybe that just took their Nebosh exam, they'll be like, after Nebosh, what next? What should I do next? What qualification should I do next? Now, that was the challenge I was also facing. After Nebosh, I knew I needed something to do. I knew I need to get a job. I needed experience. Now, I was submitting CVs. Some they were calling me, some they were not calling me. The ones that called me, I remember one interview I just went there and embarrassed myself. I was like, am I going to get a job? It's not just about getting the Nebosh. So I kept applying, but then a thought came to my mind. You can actually volunteer to work in your company. It was a very big factory. We did not have any safety officer. I was like, okay, let me volunteer to this company. I met the manager. I told her, see, I would like to work as a safety officer. Look at the kind of activities that's going on here. In fact, I actually used that company for my Nebosh risk assessment. So she was like, okay, that's good, that's good. We are going to approve that, and she approved it. But I was not being paid for being a safety officer. I was being paid for being a cleaner and an admin. You understand? So along the line, after some months, I got my first job as a HSC officer with AG Middle East. So that was a big role because in this offer, in this job, they needed someone with 5 years experience. 5 years experience. I was asked that question, do you have 5 years experience? You know the answer. You know the answer, yes. So I answered yes, I had 5 years experience. And I took that role. It was a very big role. I was the only person on the site. I had 2 assistants. They would tell me, Mr. Chris, just sit down in the AC, too much sun outside. Just sit down. You only documentation, paperwork. Now, deep inside me, I knew I needed more than that. I needed site experience. I needed actual HSC experience to build myself. I told them, no, Kalas, I will follow you people to the site. And after that, I will come to the office and do the paperwork, no problem. So that was how I built my documentation skills, built my site experience. It helped me to build confidence and actually see the reality of HSC. There we had, in this job, I had very strict consultants. They were Filipinos. Any Filipino here? Oh, Mr. Ren. Wagandang Hapo. So I had Filipino bosses. They were always, have you done this? If you make one mistake, it's a big problem. So I was so focused on the documentation skills. I learned so much there. And then this role actually taught me one thing. Safety is not just about enforcing safety. It's about engaging the workers, engaging people. When I got to this job, I was like, this guy is not putting PPE. I'm like, hey, Mr. Joffrey, why? Where's your chest mask? Where's your helmet? Why? I'm always shouting at them. I discovered that these guys are actually not listening to me. And at some point, I got afraid. Let these guys not attack me one day. So I started engaging with them more. I was like asking them, okay, tell me, why don't you want to put these glasses? This guy is telling me, okay, you see these glasses? No, this one too much bad, too much scratch. Oh, this is why you are not putting on these glasses. Okay, let's get a new one. I gave this guy a new one. He started using the glasses all the time. I'm like, okay, so if I engage with these guys, they will follow. So I started engaging with these guys, and this is one thing I learned in this particular job role, in my first role with AG Middle East. So from there, I got another opportunity to work in the oil and gas with CAFCO, Qatar Fertilizer, and here I got to know that safety is not just about PPEs now. You also had process safety. It's not, you have people safety, and then you have process safety. So this role actually exposed me to all of that, the hazardous gases, the toxic gases, and all of that, and it helped me to also get more skills in terms of working together with people. Now, like I said, safety is not a one-man job. In this role, we had to engage the workers also. We had to encourage more participation with the workers, because when these workers actually participate in safety, sometimes when I do TBT, I don't just do it by myself. I actually call one worker. Come, talk to I can call the foreman or the supervisor, talk to these guys. Tell them about PPE compliance, tell them about this. And then you see these workers, they are engaging more because somebody that is part of them is actually participating. So people support what they help to build, not just at the low level. When top management also participates, when you engage with the top management, then they will all take ownership for safety. And this is one thing I learned in this particular role, because we had the clients were always also on site. It's not like, I have some of my colleagues here, it's not like they would just leave us like that. They were on site engaging with us. So this is one thing I learned in that particular role at CAFCO. So from CAFCO, I got another opportunity to work with Power China, which is where I'm currently working. And I won't lie to you, this particular role is teaching me a different part of safety. Because we are dealing with, when they talk about communication as a barrier in safety, most of the time you have maybe just like your Indian workers, like the Hindi-speaking workers. Now, in this case, I have Chinese workers, I have Indian workers, I have Africans, different nationalities. The Indian is trying to talk to the Chinese doesn't understand. He's trying to tell you what the Indian guy, everybody is just confused. So we have different nationalities from different cultures. So you just have to come up with different ways of communicating. I heard Mr. Eric, you were saying this, your last role, you worked with power. I believe you understand where I'm going to. So this role has actually taught me that it's not just about the communication aspect. You also have to have empathy, because when these workers actually see that you genuinely care about them, they will try to understand what's going on. They will try to understand you better, and they will try to listen better to you, to what you are saying. Now, we have so many rules in this project. We have HSE policies, HSE plans, and all of that. Now, it doesn't stop at these rules. This is one thing I'm currently learning in this particular role. It's not just about the rules. It's about the behavior of the people. When you improve on the behavior of the people, we all know what behavior-based safety is. It will thereby lead to a positive safety culture. Culture is not built overnight. It is shaped by every interaction, conversation, and decision made on the ground. Rules set the boundary. People bring it to life. Behavior builds the bridge, and the positive safety culture is the destination. This is just one thing that this particular role is teaching me. Now, many of us here know me as Chris Safety, especially on TikTok. I started creating this content just about over a year ago or so. And what made me to start creating content online, when I was trying to take Nebosh, I got many discouragements. I had a friend who had written the exam 3 times, and he was very vocal about it. Oh God, don't take this exam. It's very difficult. It's very technical. After reading in Nigeria, after studying in Nigeria, you come here, you want to study again, and you fail, you need to pay for receipts. I was like, but then there are people that actually passed. So why are you making it look like? So I started making more research online. I discovered that there were not many people making content about safety online, unlike now. So I opened the page, I started creating content. I started just making short videos of what is a hazard, what is a risk. Now, after one video I made, just explaining what a hazard is, I was getting like over 10 messages from people asking. And when I started creating this content, I was not working as a safety officer at that moment. Now, I was getting messages from people, please, I'm looking for a HSE job. I saw your video. Please, can you give me and in my mind, I'm like, I'm also looking for a HSE job. You understand? So I actually created this page to make these things look easy. Safety is technical, yes. If things like this can happen, then I need to be creating more. So that was how I kept, creating more videos, and also to make more awareness about safety and impact lives also. So I'm going to be ending this session very soon with these lessons which I have derived from my experience so far. And I would like everyone here to actually apply this to their own careers also, or their own experience also. The clear lessons are conviction. You have to believe in the value that you bring. You have to believe that you actually have something to offer. Sometimes when people talk about relationship, they ask, what can you bring to the table? You should always believe that you have something to bring to the table. So you should be having that conviction, and then you should learn to communicate simply in your workplace. Then experience. Turn every experience into a lesson. What I see as, when I get a new job, or maybe I meet a new person, I ask myself, what can I gain from this person? What can I learn from this person? What can I learn from this environment? So we should always try to learn something from every experience that we have, and then we should be authentic. Your story it's your own. And when you tell your story, no other person has that story. Everyone has his own story. Mr. Frank, Mr. Saif, everyone has his own story. So we all here should also be authentic, and that will help us to build a rhythm. And in safety, the rhythm is that you should keep learning. Every top leader we are seeing, we are admiring today, also had where they started from. So don't despise your starting point. Then keep learning. Like I said, keep improving on yourself. Get practical experience. Learn to work with people. Safety is not just, it's a people profession. So you must also master the human side. Safety now is not just about PPE. It's not just about the compliance. It goes beyond that, because you are dealing with humans, you are dealing with people. Then prepare before the opportunity comes. Everyone here is looking for a better opportunity. No matter the level that you are looking for a better opportunity. So let's always try to stay prepared for these opportunities that will come. And then I'll leave you with this question: what are you preparing for? There's nobody here that will tell me that he's not preparing for anything. You're not preparing for a better future, a better job role, or an improvement on your current status. So I'll leave you with that question. When you get home, you can answer that question by yourself. What are you preparing for? And I want you, everybody here, to please always stay prepared for that opportunity when it comes. Prepare for that opportunity so that when that opportunity comes, you are not left behind. My mom always tells me, Chris, opportunity comes but once. If it comes that once and you don't take it, you are on your own. Thank you.
Taif Al-Shafand here with us. So that is Mr. And then we have Yasmin, she left. Okay, we have my colleague, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Gulam Rasul, also is here with us. We have Fatima Abubakar, also is here with us. We have another Mr. Gulam. Okay, yes, a good guy. We have also Rahul, also with us, Mr. Is it Rahul? Aha, thank you very much. And last but not the least, we have Mr. Harris, CSP. You see how I mentioned the CSP? Yes. So that's by the way. Again, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Victor, and all of our speakers. We appreciate you for everything you've done so far for this gathering, the media team and everything. Now we've gotten to another wonderful stage, and we have our next speaker, and this is a contractor till today. He's an energetic young African within the Qatar jurisdiction, and is doing a great job for the HSC profession as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we welcome Mr. Geoffrey Kamaluji Yan. Oh, we can do more than this. I know. If I don't get your name correct, don't worry. We will settle with samosa. We'll use samosa to settle. Yes, yes.
That is our anthem. That is our anthem. Here is our anthem, our Ugandan anthem. So it will be, it won't be good when you sit when they are like playing the national anthem. So I therefore appreciate if we stand up and at least we show some respect to that flag. It's my humble request. DJ. This time around, it's going to be you saying it. A lot of the people in this room are safeties, right? There is one acronym every safety knows. And whenever you want TBT, you like using it. Safety, safety, safety. Now this time you're going to be the same people saying that one, okay? So if you say safety, yes. Safety, yes. We have eaten food, guys. What are you doing? I want to feel the energy. The room is called safety, yes. Safety, yes. Safety, yes. The Toastmasters, safety, yes. Safety. Yes. One person is not saying anything. This gentleman, Mr. Gulam. Safety, yes. Safety. Yes. The other side, safety. Yes. You say, talk safety with Frank. The people at the back, the two last tables. Talk safety with Frank. We came, we saw. Speaking to you, my name is HSC Geoffrey Kamlegea, a Ugandan by nationality, a Qatar Energy approved certified HS officer, and also an NGL approved certified HS officer. But at the same time, I'm a CAFCO approved certified HS officer. But at the same time, I'm unapproved or certified HSC trainer, both in Ayosh, and also by Highfield. I believe I need a hand clap. Madam Susan, you are jealous of my achievement? I need a hand clap, guys. Now, today, it is an amazing day, I should say, because as a person that has been behind this organization, I believe a lot of you have been talking to you either online, either through WhatsApp. Mr. Guram, we have been talking through WhatsApp. But on the other hand, the last speaker was here, Mr. Frank. Now, this is what you call impact. Mr. Frank, Mr. Chris, I remember him the first day he was going to start working with Kafka. I don't know whether you remember that day. Now, that was the first day I got to know of Mr. Frank. Sorry, Mr. They are the same. Mr. Chris. So, we were in a church, a certain church, Anglican Church of Nigeria, Qatar. That is in a religious complex, yeah? So I introduced myself as an HSC trainer in the church. So it was like, maybe that is the person I want, because probably I introduced myself for the company I was working with. Now when we are getting outside, I remember he told me, I need a word with you. Now I believe my words or the conversation we had that time, he didn't take it for granted. And I believe he's one of the people I've seen grow his safety career from something small to something big. That guy has a follow-up, and it's not by coincidence. It's not, or it hasn't been a bed of roses. He has been consistently doing that. He has put in the sacrifice. Whenever he's having anything or any issue, any question, he comes back to us. I'm not one of the perfect safeties, no. I shouldn't say I'm one of the most experienced safeties, no. But we treasure the time and the sacrifice we are put into becoming who we are. I'm glad that at the same time, in our congregation, I'm also a teacher, a certified one. I believe in our congregation, I have a lot of students. Either a student who has gone through one of my schools, because I do different trainings in different institutions. Those ones I think who have been at leaders, they know me. If you have been there and I'm there. Those ones who have been at ICON have been there. DIS have been there, but part-time. At the same time, BMC, I've also been there. Then my main institution is Might Consultants, or you can call it Might Group, okay? Now, Might Group, we are glad that we do deliver trainings. Anything concerning safety, you are good to go. Anything concerning safety, you are good to go. Any course relating safety. And it's my great honor to call upon, or by raise of the hand, or even you can stand up to honor your teacher. If you've ever been my student, stand up, they see him. If you've ever been in my class, or if I've groomed you in one way or another, you can stand up. If I've groomed you in one way or another, you can stand up. Only these ones? There is somebody I'm looking for, I'm not seeing him more. So we can clap for this gentleman. So I'm glad, guys, wait. So either they have been in my class, either twice or thrice, God knows how many times. Or in another way, I've been motivating them. Mr. Charles, you can stand up also, remain standing. Mr. Frank, before you came in, I was telling these people, I'm glad that at least I've grown, or I've put some impact on people's growth. You know, growth, me what I consider growth is seeing somebody starting from somewhere, okay? Because it's a brick by brick, it's a step, okay? You can't call it an overnight success, no. Me seeing somebody growing from one point to another into your upward trajectory, that's what I call success, to me. So if I see all these people, majority of them are safeties, Mr. Kalu is there. Mr. Babu is there. Mr. Ibra. That one, whenever I had an issue, even when they are sitting in a bush, I tried my level best. Mr. Chris is there. There are a lot. And all these are wonderful and amazing safety leaders in Qatar. Okay? Because as safeties or as leaders, we always have to aspire, to inspire before we. You say? You aspire to inspire before you do what? Before you expire. That has been my goal. And me seeing them growing as safeties, I'm really glad. I'm not saying that I'm a safety manager, no. My Mudir is a safety manager. We have big people in Toastmaster, they are big. Then another Mudir, the only person driving a Jeep today. Another HSC manager. So these are people who have mentored us. These are people who have helped us grow from at least somewhere. And trust me, we are not there, but at least we see where we're going. You can have a seat, my people. Now, as Might Group, we also do what we call manpower supply. And I came up with an initiative whereby we train you and we qualify you for the job. You feel me? We train you and we qualify you for the job. Testimonies are there. Now, when requirements come in, our priority is always the people who have gone through our institution. Me, that's what I call success. Because the market in Qatar, or the job market in Qatar, sometimes it becomes crazy. It becomes crazy. But I usually tell my students, however much it becomes crazy, how prepared are you to tap into that market, that crazy market? Yeah? We have people from India, we have people from Africa. I won't mention the countries, Nigerian, things of the sort. I've seen one Filipino guy. So we are into what we call a multicultural market. But now the question is, how prepared are you to tap into that multicultural market? How good are you to make sure that among the many people who are in the crowd, you qualify to be the safety that will be hooked for a better opportunity? Now, I was talking with Mr. Frank, Mr. Eric. These are my Mudils, Mr. Eric and Mr. Frank. I appreciate the efforts they are putting. Trust me, you can bear witness. We have a lot of safety officers, qualified ones in Qatar Energy, Qatar Gas, everywhere. But among those, they have the information, they have the knowledge, they have the connection, but none of them can do what these gentlemen are doing.
Talk safety with Frank. And also looking at Toastmasters, they say a child can never grow bigger than their parents. A stream cannot be bigger than an ocean, right? And an ocean cannot do without the stream. So yes, today we are the stream. Toastmaster is the ocean. We have Mr. Saif here. They have been so supportive. We have collaborated. We have worked together. We have had back and forth discussions despite all their busy schedules, but they have been able to be here. So we have these recognition certificates that we're going to give you guys on behalf of my team in Dubai, the future leaders, our community, and also extending a hand of gratitude to each and every one of you. Just a word to say thank you for coming. And we'll be presenting this to all the members that made this a success. I remember Chris had work yesterday. Arriving to Qatar, he was like, Mr. Frank, I'm coming. And I was like, he has to go to work. Our MC was here at 3 a.m. taking pictures for what we see here. I only got up in the morning to see everything. So I don't know what I can say. And these are people that I've never known in my life. They just bought into the dream, and we are here making it a success. So I'll be calling on Mr. Charles to support me, and also our credible leaders. When it's your turn to receive, please receive. And when it's the turn to give others, please hand it over to them. So we have the certification of Mr. Saif on behalf of Toastmasters. So I'll be calling on my brother, Mr. Victor, to hand over the certificate to him. Save this.
Here today to say a little something. First of all, I'm inspired by Chris' story because I also have the same experience coming from a very low career into health and safety. I'm inspired by a lot of you guys. I met the president of IOSH and the psychologist, and I'm very inspired by Mr. Frank and all of you guys. Susie, I'm very glad to meet you all, and nice to meet you all, and I'm very proud of everyone here. Thank you so much.
Event coordinator who has been coordinating the event since we started, and we thank God that we made it successfully. It has all started with setbacks and all that, but we thank God it definitely happened. And I am inspiring HSC as well. I have not yet ventured the field, but in the next few years, there is something that I have really learned today. It all comes with time. Stoicism is the thing that will keep you going and all that. Keep studying, keep showing up every day, and you will be there. So I really want to acknowledge the presence of everyone here, particularly the Toastmasters and Mr. Frank, the team from Dubai, and Mr. Victor. I really appreciate you all together. I'm so proud of you. And as we look forward to more sessions, I pray that you will be present, and God gives us the serendipity to be there and to be present, to be healthy, and until we meet again, right? So I request that we be on our feet. Of you gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. So right now, I have a directive that I want to put on the table. So we pray that now is to come, and God bless your families and all together until we see again. Have a good one.
We need to give Mr. Gulam to hand over to Mr. Victor. The project coordinator for the Qatar team to hand over this certificate to Mrs. Susan. Can we put our hands together for Mr. Victor? Save this.
I just felt, wow, everyone is trying to know what's up with this lady coming up, right? Product of Toastmasters. No, I won't shame you. Seriously, I'm going to talk. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Fatima Abubakar. I'm a counseling psychologist, and I've been a trainer here in Qatar on emotional intelligence and leadership trainings. Right now, I'm a product of Toastmasters. Honestly, I have been inspired since when I came in for so many reasons. One of the reasons is, do you know recently I was motivated to start my own videos, posting online about mental health, premenopause and menopausal stages for women, and some kind of mental health things for the men. But I got discouraged because of cyberbullying, almost gave up, went back again, stepped down, went back again. Right now, I am in between, should I or I shouldn't. But seriously, what you did really motivates me. This is one. Honestly, you started from telling us how you just got the 3 likes, then move on, continue without stopping, and you're here. We are here for you. We are here for your products. This is a massive one. It's really amazing. Congratulations. Secondly, I've never seen a course aside psychology that really motivates me, to be honest, except HSE. My boss is here. I asked him just after your own speech, how can I be a member of this journey? Where will I start from? For the first time in my life, I felt like aside psychology, I needed to add something. And it's because of what you said. So I'm being impacted. Like, I really love it here. I I felt renewed, like it's worth it giving all my hours here. I'm a psychologist, so every hour is money for me. But sacrificing the whole hour listening to how it all goes, how it went, what you said, the motivation, everything really got into me. And I'm so glad to be here. Seriously, I appreciate and congratulations. You're going to get higher. You're going beyond what you expected. This is just one step. It's not even a step. You're just starting. Congratulations once again, and thank you everyone.
He has done for us this evening here, from the starting of this wonderful organization up to this moment. I want to thank God for that, and also the brain behind it, who has put things together, his efforts, everything, his time, his resources, to make sure this thing comes to reality. I want to thank a special one to Mr. Frank, and our selfless leader, who try to bring in future leaders and make people, for them to become brighter future leaders in the world of HSC. My takeaway today here in this organization, and also this program in particular, I had a lot of speakers speak about leadership, which means leadership is the key to everything that we are doing in life. Especially my professor here, Mr. Victor, what he was speaking about leadership, it gives me great inspiration, which means I should not take leadership careless. I should take leadership, whatever I am doing, as one of the first steps to make sure I achieve whatever I want to achieve. My other takeaway here again today, I did not ever heard about Toastmaster, but coming into this particular program today, I came to know what Toastmaster is about. I came to hear the word Toastmaster, and I am really hungry to join Toastmaster and to become a wonderful speaker among the field of HSC. But since I am an aspiring HSC, still in the process to get my certificate. So I hope by God's grace it will come very soon, and I will explore and I will make the difference when I go into the field. And as our leader is training us about leadership and how to handle things on site, on how to handle people, and I believe I will make sure I portray that and I deliver that. And he has trained us on how to do it, and I'm sure I will follow that. He's a great leader. Be my leader. A round of applause here. He has done a great job for us. He's doing it almost for nothing. Every Wednesday, every Friday. What other leaders cannot do, he's doing it for us. I believe across the world, what he's doing now, a lot of leaders cannot do it. They can do it for money. If you don't give them money, they cannot do it. But he always told us that visibility is the new currency, and today we are here, we are visible, we meet each other, we are connecting, we are taking contact to make sure we connect, and we are connecting. And I'm sure I have connected a lot of people here. People that I know before, I met them today here. My colleague that worked 1 year ago, I met them here. This is the power of connection, the power of visibility, and today we have seen. I want to thank Mr. Frank for this opportunity that he gave to us. Thank you all.
My brother, we share the same name. Almost everything, we share almost the same thing. We work almost at the same company. He's someone that we learn from each other. We push ourselves, he push me, I push him. We share ideas on how to grow, and today being here felt like a dream come true. There's this tiny bridge between theory and practical. Just like some of our brothers were sharing just a few minutes ago. Just like when you finish reading your neighbors and everything, okay, now you have gotten that online experience. It remaining the on-field experience. So we have been connecting for a while online, on TikTok, going live and everything. But today, seeing these amazing faces gathering on the same roof, sharing these ideas, sharing this knowledge, like my brother said, knowledge is more valuable when it's shared. If you have the knowledge and you're not sharing it, if you are not making impact. So I want to appreciate each and every one of you